Breaking news here on CBS Sports HQ. Tee times have just been released for the 106th PGA Championship getting underway Thursday at Valhalla. Taking a look at some of the notable tee times we've got coming up in round one. Tiger Woods teeing off at 8:04 Eastern along with Adam Scott, Keegan Bradley. Tiger, of course, made the cut at the Masters, made history by doing that, but then finished dead last in the remaining field of those who made it to the weekend. Rory McIlroy coming off his big win at the Wells Fargo, teeing off right after that at 8:15 Eastern. Some of the afternoon tee times, Ricky Fowler, John Rahm, Cam Young, they're going at 2:02 Eastern. And then Wyndham Clark, Brian Harman, of course, world number one, Scotty Sheffer, teeing off at 2:13 Eastern. Let's welcome in golf expert Greg Ducharme here to go over some of these notable tee times and groupings. Let's start with Tiger Woods going at 8:04 Eastern. Look, we've heard from him today saying my body, he's always going to be sore. We know this at this point. Is the earlier time better for him in round one so he can get a little bit more rest in the second day?
Well, it's an interesting thought, especially this week, Amanda. It absolutely is better for his body. It gives him more time to rest and recuperate, at least in an effort to make the cut. The issue this week is I believe there's going to be a pretty big advantage for the late early wave, which Tiger's obviously not in. It looks like we're going to have some rain and gusty winds come in on Friday afternoon, while all day Thursday looks to be pretty good. So in order for Tiger to take advantage of this, he's going to have to put together a really good round in the morning on Thursday. And if he does that, then you're in a position where you can hang on. Perhaps Friday afternoon you get pushed into Saturday and it can work out. But the really important round for Tiger Woods will be the opening round on Thursday. If he can take advantage of some of those more benign conditions, he could be in good shape.
An important round for Tiger Woods. Also for Rory McIlroy, the second betting favorite to win this behind Scotty Sheffer. We saw what he was able to do at the Wells Fargo. What do you think about his tee time, 8:15 a.m.? I'm also curious, is there anywhere where Rory's battling himself, or is he simply just battling the field in this one?
Oh, well, that's a great point, Amanda, because it does seem Rory is battling himself. You know, there have been a lot of, and Jim Nantz outlined this on the broadcast last week, where he has come into Valhalla for the second year in a row, for the second trip to Valhalla in a row, now coming off of back-to-back wins with an opportunity to make it 3 in a row. He accomplished that in 2014, but remember, in 2014, one of those 3 wins was also the Open Championship. So Rory was hot. Rory believed he could win major championships at that time, and he was winning majors. That was his 4th one in a very short period of time, since 2011. Now there's been a 10-year gap, and that is an extra monkey on the back for Rory McIlroy that he's going to have to deal with. Now he'll also have to deal with what I believe will be the unfavorable side of the draw. I do think Rory, more so than Tiger Woods, has the game, as we saw last week, to handle a situation like that.
Rory at 8:15 a.m. Just after that, 8:37 a.m. we find. And personality-wise, this is my favorite grouping. You get Brooks Koepka, Max Homa, and Jordan Spieth. I love the idea of the 3 of them together. I'm not entirely sure how it's going to go. Brooks, the defending champ here. What do you think about him in this group?
Well, Brooks is looking like he has just this ability to flip the switch. And what he has done is truly remarkable. He has an opportunity this week to go back-to-back 3 different times. Since the Masters started in 1934, only 17 players have won back-to-back majors, and only 2 have done it more than once. That would be, you guessed it, Brooks Koepka and Tiger Woods. So it's very rare company. He'll have an opportunity to do it for a 3rd time and join a very elite group of 6 major champions. He's also coming off of win at Live Singapore, whatever you make of that. But it is a sign that Brooks is putting a little more effort in. He realizes that he needs a little more focus, a little more energy devoted to his game. And when he does that, he has the ability to hold up those really big trophies at the end of the week.
We're going to go from the chatty personality group to the more serious and focused group here. This one, that of course, again, Brooks, Jordan Spieth, Max Homa there in the morning, 8:37. In the afternoon, 2:13 Eastern, we get Wyndham Clark, Brian Harman, and world number one Scotty Sheffer in this. We saw the birth of the baby. He's back in this. He's the champion. He is he has won, I've totally lost my train of thought, 4 of his tournaments in his past 5 starts, including the Masters. He's your pick to win. Does it even matter in what group Scotty's in or what time he's teeing off?
Well, it doesn't matter who he plays with. Scotty Sheffer can play with anybody. It is interesting that he's playing with Wyndham Clark. I definitely feel that Scotty has the upper edge on Wyndham Clark, and I'm certainly not alone in that. Wyndham Clark has a couple runner-up finishes to Scotty Scheffler already this year, and has kind of asserted himself, well, maybe not after Rory's win last week, but has kind of put himself in a position to be, let's say, a top 3 player on the PGA Tour these days. But Scotty is the clear number 1. It does not matter what kind of golf course we're on. Scotty is gonna jump out on front as the favorite, and his game is so complete. You see a chip shot like this, the short game is there. His ball striking is the best in the world, and now he seems to have figured out the putting, especially from short range in that 4 to 8 foot zone. He has been so much better since switching to the mallet putter, and I think that continues. And I do believe that Scotty Scheffler not only wins this week, but I think his run at the Grand Slam needs to be taken seriously this year, and I think we'll see that come Sunday.
Which would be absolutely incredible to see. We know Wyndham Clark is chasing him. We've heard guys like Max Homa say, look, we love that he's winning. I want to play with him, and I want to beat him so badly. They'll all have a chance to do it starting Thursday. Greg Ducharme, we appreciate it. Enjoy the tournament as it gets started. The First Cut podcast, you can hear Greg Ducharme, Kyle Porter, Rick Gaiman there. You can get DFS advice. You can get more betting advice, previews of the entire PGA Championship, including some of the storylines. Make sure to download and follow. Scan the QR code if you want to watch it. If you would like to watch the PGA Championship at Valhalla, again returning for a 4th time, Saturday and Sunday, 1 Eastern on CBS. You can also stream it on Paramount+.